We are in one of the many tea gardens in Nishio. Nishio is a major producer of matcha. Matcha production is highly specialized, from the selection of the cultivar, the growing conditions, and the processing method. Matcha leaves are shaded prior to harvesting. Because freshness is a major concern, there is always a processing facility just a short drive away. This is a custom-made harvester used for matcha harvesting only. Once the leaves are harvested, they are quickly steamed to stop the oxidization process. The steamed leaves are then air-dried in this blower. They are passed through the blower 3 times to eliminate the moisture condensation on the leaves. Once the leaves are dried, then they are passed through an oven to further reduce the moisture content of the leaves. They pass through this 5-chambered oven, which they call the tunnel. At this point, the dried leaves are now called aracha. Aracha is then passed through a crushing process multiple times. They are sifted and recrushed again to achieve a consistent, uniform size. Notice the difference with each consecutive pass. Once uniform, these tea leaves are then passed through another heat drying process to reduce more moisture content in the leaves. Now these tea leaves are passed through an electronic sorter. This sorter is capable of separating by color. The degree to which these leaves are sorted is a determining factor in the quality of the matcha. You may have purchased matcha and saw that the colors are sometimes very different, from light green to dark green to almost brown. This is where it happens here. The determining factor in the color is how much they sort and what point they discard the unwanted leftovers. From this point, the tea bits are now called tencha. We are now in the tasting room. Each batch of aracha and tencha are tasted. The tasting process consists of 3 grams of the leaf to 200 cc's of very hot water. This is the uniform way they taste all tea in Japan. They are graded on its aroma, the color, and the taste, and each batch is graded and noted, and then are stored in a refrigerated room where it can maintain its quality for a very long time. Once the order is placed, the tencha is then blended to the customer's specification, and then they are off to the grinding room. The grinding room is a climatized room to keep the temperature and the humidities constant throughout the grinding. Each grinding wheel is made up of granite stone with opposing cuts, capable of grinding matcha leaves down to 10 microns. Each of these stones can last up to 100 years with proper maintenance. This is the way matcha has been made for hundreds of years, except for the motorized method here. Each grinding stone is capable of producing 1 kilogram every 4 hours. This meticulous attention to detail creates the world-renowned matcha. In contrast, low-grade matcha is made by metal grinders capable of producing a kilo every few minutes. Tea docents only source stone-ground matcha.